Okay, Kristen. So today I officially dipped my toe into the 2024 real estate waters. And it was frigid. It was frigid.
Very good.
I got frostbite on my big toe.
That's great. With the buyer or with the seller?
Yeah, with the buyer. So, this will kind of be like a market update without doing technical stats. I'm gonna give you a little story, okay?
Let's hear it.
All right. So my buyer goes to an open house in the Burbs yesterday, and unbeknownst to me, by the way. So I get this call like late night, which is great, telling me about how much she liked the property and that she wants to put in an offer. So I said, all right, okay, great. Give me the address. Let me look it up. Let me see if I can pull a disclosure. Let me reach out to the agent, see what's going on. Do some homework.
Now, where
night.
in the suburbs? What are we talking? New Jersey, Pennsylvania?
We're talking media.
Okay.
I don't want to give the address.
That's where I was tonight.
Okay.
No, that's fine. That's exactly where I was tonight. Hopefully, we're not going after the same property.
No,
anyway, go on.
This property is gone. I'll jump to the conclusion. This property is gone. So, well, this will give a temperature, though. This is a good opening, 2024 real estate temperature for the Burbs. So we could tell the people what's going on. Okay. So, I had a great conversation with the agent. She was super nice. And my buyer did tell me that, the open house was packed. She's like, Bill, open house was crowded. I mean, really crowded. I said, okay, well, it's probably going to get multi. So, let me reach out and just let her know that we're going to be in the mix. Let me tell her that we're going to be submitting something and then, tell her to keep us in the loop. Because these things, and these things never can go, they can always just go down any way they want. You know what I mean? So, even though we think, most times we think, all right, well, the realtor knows that there's a lot of people interested. There's probably going to be multi. She'll probably reach out to this person and let them know. But, being that I didn't even show it, my client was at the open, I didn't even know if she was going to reach out to me. So I had to put my name, and email her and give her a heads up.
Yeah.
Because you never know. We always think that we're going to get these heads up, but if a seller could have got an offer yesterday and he could have signed it yesterday. There's no rules. It's literally the Wild West. Okay, we have an outline of how we like to do deals, but at the end of the day, our clients calls the shots. So if we have a seller that gets an offer the same day that they have the open house, okay, and they want to sell it and they want to sign it, they're going to sign it. You know what I mean? You can try to, talk to them about maybe letting you reach out to people and see if there's any other interest. But at the end of the day, you got to do what your client wants you to do. So anyway, she winds up I'm talking to her. I was talking to this agent, I would say, I don't even know what time it was. Maybe let's say 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock last night. And then I get an email. She was saying that she's like, the open house was really crowded. I already have one offer in my inbox. I'm going to talk to the seller. And she's like, I think we're going to do best and final probably 2 days from now. And that's probably when it'll be done. But I saw your email and I have your info. I got your cell. I'll definitely give you a heads up. I'll email everybody back that's emailed me and, obviously submitted something already. So I said, great. So right before I went to bed, I'm looking at my email. So I see an email 11:30 at night, and it was best and final by noon.
I hate that.
So I'm like, what am I going to... All right, so now I got to so I kind of just shot my client an email right there and said, hey, we got to get this offer in the morning. I'm going to wake up early, extra early, which I was up at 5 a.m. today, so it didn't really matter. Thanks, Robbie Joe. That's what I'll say about that. So get up early, do the offer, shoot it over, get everything together, and basically got it over there for the noon because I still had a showing in the morning too. So I had to run out. It was just I was scrambling. But anyway, we didn't win the bid. But the agent
But you did get one in time.
Oh yeah, I got the offer in. Didn't matter. But when I submitted the offer, okay, let's say it was like noon, right? And she was like, okay, we have 5 offers. Or no, this was like maybe 10:30. She texted me. She was like, we got 5 offers. So by the time I got back from my showing and I, had a DocuSign paperwork and all that, got it over to her at noon. She sent me this email at like 5:30. And it's a great email, okay? Because what she did was she basically broke down what she had without giving the final number away.
That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I always do.
So we could tell our buyer like where they were, and it really does help.
It helps them for the next time.
Yeah, I got to start doing this. I'm probably too tight-lipped when I'm working with the seller because I'm always worried about if that deal falls apart. But this is a good way to let agents know really what they were up against, so they can let their buyers know, so they kind of know where they stand. And really, it helps them in 2 ways. One, it can help them for the next one. But 2, you can kind of tell them how much they were blown out of the water, so they don't have to feel so bad.
Yeah.
All right. So let me know your thoughts on this. Okay. When all's said and done, they had 13 offers, which in a day is a lot. I know you were dealing with offers, in 2023 in the burbs that were what? You run into like 30 offers?
Yeah, that might have been the most. Most of them were like 11, 13, that kind of thing. Still crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I thought 5 was a lot when the open house was over like a couple hours before I had this conversation. So to find out there was actually 13 got in, I was like, oh my God. So here's what she gave me without giving too much away here. Okay, so she said every single offer, all 13 were at least at the list price. Obviously, most were above. 4 of them had appraisal coverage, shortfall coverage out of the 13. 4 were cash. Everybody had a bunch of earnest deposit money. 4 out of the 13 waived inspections. And 3 of them, instead of waiving inspections, offered like an inspection credit. Like saying, like, we won't ask for anything.
Like a deductible.
Yeah, like a deductible. Yeah. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, if you check our Dropbox and you look at the template file, you'll find that exact same email. That's basically what I send. So I'm curious to know who the agent is. We can talk offline about that. But anyway, that is literally the email that I send.
I'm not asking you about the email.
And you can find it in the... No,
I'm asking you about the details.
Yeah.
The details.
Well, so no, I mean, that's not surprising to me. So tonight, the reason we're even a little late recording, tonight I had to go out to right near where you were in Wallingford, Delaware County. And the property hit the market on Saturday. And Saturday was just like a snowy, like mess of a day. And so I reached out to the agent. I'm like, any chance you'll be doing an open house? Because I kind of didn't like... The weather was terrible. And she was like, no open house. And I looked, I was like, all right, I guess I'll just make my way out there. And I looked, everything was blocked Saturday and Sunday, everything. So she wrote back to me and she said, there's a few slots open on Monday and I'll probably do an offer deadline of Tuesday. And I was just like, oh my God. So the first spot I could get that my clients could do was tonight, Monday. And the offer deadline is tomorrow. And we got there. I got there a little early. And before my clients, and I knew the house because as I pulled up, it was like completely lit up and there were a line of cars parked out on the street. I mean, it was just like, it was a cavalcade. It was just like people like this evening and it had already been shown all weekend. So they cut it off tonight. I was probably one of the last showings and tomorrow is the offer deadline. So, I mean, I already know if she's calling an offer deadline, it means she probably already has at least one. I mean, this is going to be another one where I think it's going to be, double digit, offers. And I think, frankly, they priced it low for this reason. That's a strategy as well. This, I don't want to give it away, but this property is actually listed. The agent is the seller. So I have a feeling that she did this on purpose to kind of drum up this kind of interest, but it's... Yeah, so we're going to throw our hats in the ring. We'll see what happens. My poor buyers were really in it last year. They lost out on, I think, 3 different offers last year. At the beginning, like last spring, put their search on hold for a bit, and now they're back in, and this is our first one of the year that we're going to try for, and I just really hope they get it. They deserve it. They deserve it. We have done everything that you can possibly do to make their offer strong. I mean, we've gone way over asking. We've waived mortgage contingencies. We've waived inspections. So we're going to try it again and we'll see what happens. But this house I really like. Sometimes you tell clients like, things happen for a reason. That house wasn't, we'll find something better. And this one is better. So I'm really hoping that they get this one.
It's such a tough scenario.
It's tough.
It's so tough because when you're dealing with that many people and that many offers, I mean, it's going to go a crazy number over. It just is.
Yeah.
Like, for example, on our offer, she went like, I want to say like maybe 17,000 over. Mm-hmm. Okay, which doesn't sound crazy over, but she was buying cash too with a quick settlement, and we probably got blown out of the water. I mean, really, I think the house probably sold maybe somewhere between 35 and 50 over. Mm-hmm. And when you're dealing with that many people, like, I feel like somebody's going to be willing to do it. So it's tough for these buyers. It's honestly like in my opinion, there's 2 frames of thought for it. It's like, I think it's okay either way. Hear me out. If you put a number on it, like if you're not in love with it and you're not going to be there a long time, you kind of just got to put a number on it and be like, if I can get it for this, that's fine. And then you should be okay losing it. You know what I mean? If people are really going to go crazy, then you got to be like, okay, what am I going to do? Now, the opposite's also true. If you're going to be there for a long haul and you absolutely love it, I don't have a problem with you going and getting it, obviously. Like, if you want it, go get it. Like, if that's the one, if that's the needle in the haystack and you're going to be there a long time and you don't have to sell in the next couple of years, I mean, then just do what you got to do. And if you're saying you think it's priced under, going over isn't really going over. You're still kind of market value. That's really what it's hard for buyers to wrap their head around that, because sometimes buyers get into this mindset where no matter where the property's listed at, they're like, well, I don't want to overpay. And I'm like, according to what? According to what?
Right.
The list price? Maybe they're priced too low. Look at this activity. If you have 50 people showing up, they're not priced high.
It's all strategy. Right. It's all strategy. It's a number of people. It's providing comps and all of that. The last one that I had that was like a crazy situation was the end of last year. And it was in Flowertown in Montgomery County. And it was a retired couple that I was working with. So they were not moving again. Like, this was their forever home. They were selling a big house in West Philly. They were buying this. And they ended up going cash, $125,000 over asking, and waived inspections and quick close as well. And there were 21 offers, and we got it. But I mean, we were not like blowing everybody out of the water. Like, there were some people that were neck and neck with us that were right behind us. So that's a lot. But I mean, it was their house. Like, we had looked at a lot of different things. This was their house. So they were going to do what they wanted to do to get it. We had looked at homes in a higher price point. So this actually wasn't even as high as they were willing to go. But this house had everything that they needed and wanted. So they did it. But yeah, I think I may have shared with you, my mom's moving and she put her house on the market. Well, her agent I'm not working with her. She's out in Chester County.
You failed the interview process.
I did. I failed the interview. But she put her house up as a coming soon on Friday. They were going to list it on Friday, but then the snowstorm came. So her agent, Jamie, was like, look, there's no sense in wasting days on market when people are not going to come out. We'll put it as a coming soon. We'll make it live on Thursday. So it goes live this Thursday coming up. And she has 17 offers already. I mean, 17 not offers, showings already scheduled. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm like, Mom, you don't have to worry. You're going to have an offer this weekend. Clearly. It's just because the suburbs are different.
So, I mean, that should tell you a little glimpse of what we're still seeing in the burbs right now. You know, so there's still a lot of buyers out there. I mean, and they're back out there already with snow on the ground, right? There's like 4 or 5 inches everywhere. People are out there and they're hunting. What's your thoughts on like getting into spring? How do you, and we kind of talked about this in the last episode, but you know, dealing with what you're dealing with today and stuff like that, do you think things will loosen up, or it's too hard to tell just yet?
I think it's hard to tell. I mean, I feel like we need more inventory is the problem, because there's just not a lot to choose from. You know, there's not a lot for buyers. So like this house tonight, there's really nothing else in Wallingford around this price range. This was it. So everybody who's searching there was there tonight, you know, or over the weekend.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's an inventory issue more than anything. We need more homes to sell.
Homes to come on, yeah. Yeah, so that was my a little bit of a taste of 2024 in the burbs already.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of in the same, we're working in the same neighborhood this moment. So
I'm licking my wounds tonight.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to be writing an offer tonight, so we'll see.
I mean, it is what it is. Like every situation is different. Like my buyer in particular this is actually even a little bit early for her because she's, you know, she put herself in a rental last year that goes till like June or July. So like this was like, if everything lines up, I'll just do this one. So it's not like, you know, she needed this one. This wasn't like a make or break where your buyers, they've seen a ton and they know they want to pounce on it. So they are in a different, they're in a different position. So they're probably going to be super aggressive and, you know, hopefully get it.
Hopefully. Thank you. Fingers crossed.
All right, Kristin, this has been fun hearing our stories about 2024 suburb market so far. Pretty much looks just like 2023 and 2022. Just yet. Hopefully we get some more inventory on soon and these buyers can grab some more properties. But we got to get back to work, so I will see you at happy hour.
All right. I'll see you at happy hour.